An in-depth look at the redevelopment of downtown Mobile, a carriage ride, and music on Dolphin Street. All this and much more coming right up, and so I hope you'll stay tuned.
Providing entertainment for over 25 years, WALA-TV presents a tradition in Mobile, the Dot Moore Show. Once again, Dot Moore.
Hello, everyone. Today we have a special edition of the Dot Moore Show in downtown Mobile. We're going to talk with the president of the Downtown Merchants Association. We'll chat with the director of Main Street and many other features coming up. But now, our feature fashion on location. On a beautiful day in downtown Mobile, we brought our cameras to Gus's restaurant. Behind me is the restaurant, and I'm in the courtyard, which is a unit in itself. People out here enjoying their lunch on a beautiful day. And if you like ambiance, it's right here for you on the outside or the inside here at Gus's, surrounded by an interesting courtyard fence and some beautiful plants. This is Gus's restaurant, and up on Dolphin Street, not all the way downtown Dolphin Street. And our feature fashion today features the designer Samantha Edwards. It's a military motif in red, white, and blue with an anchor on the collar of the blouse and also military stripes of gold, a navy straight skirt, and a button-down jacket in red and blue with gold stripes by Samantha Edgar. And our fashion is courtesy of Joanne's Fashions right here in Mobile. Welcome back. And on this segment of the show, we are in the museum at the Scottish Rite Temple in downtown Mobile. And in the background, you can see some of the interesting artifacts. And over here on my right are the young couple who own the building, as well as Three Georges Candy. And they work together very closely. Say hello to Siobhan and Scott Gonzales. And we were just saying, it's a wonderful thing that's happening. How does it feel to be in the midst of the redevelopment process?
It's very exciting. It started when we first came down here, and every day something changes, and I just love it.
Well, I think it's a remarkable thing, having worked downtown all these years and to see this resurgence coming up. Okay, now let me see. Scott, you are president also of the Merchants Association, as well as owning the two buildings downtown. Does the association have goals set up for the more redevelopment, or how does that sit?
We try to work with the city, with Main Street, and also with the tourism department, and also with the convention center. We're all trying to come together and to not duplicate ideas, but to work together and bring things to the table in different perspectives. We bring the merchants' perspective of things.
Yes.
And then we try to come together and say, you know, how are the merchants going to work into programs or events that are going to go on, and how can we participate?
So all of the departments are just sort of intersecting on this thing, different jurisdictions, I guess they have.
Right, yeah, different kind of specializations and such like that,
yeah.
Which is really good. It's great that we have such good people down here that can work together and cooperate, and that's why we've come so far, is because everybody has a sense of cooperation, and we're not competing against each other. We're all after the same goal, and that is to develop downtown, and we're doing a great job of it.
Well, Mobile has tried it once before, as I recall, and it didn't work, and it's working this time, that's
Definitely.
for sure. Now, Siobhan, you work so closely with Scott, and so when he has to come over here to the temple, or when he's at a meeting at the association, you are running the Three George Candy Store, right?
Well, we work together on everything. We run Three Georges together. We run the events at the temple, and everything downtown. And Scott does his bit, I do mine, and we don't tread on each other, and we work together great.
I think it's interesting how the entertainment facet now, like Cathedral Square, et cetera, is all coming together with the commercial end of things down here, you know? Who would have thought we would have that much entertainment? I was wondering, we've come a long way with redevelopment. We have a long way to go. If someone were to come and ask both of you individually, What would you say that in the year 2000 downtown Mobile would be like?
I kind of envisioned downtown being sort of like its own Savannah, its own Charleston kind of thing, where we have a lot of historic things going on, that the waterfront will be open, and that we'll have lots and lots of tourists and people. You know, we're at a point right where we have two interstates that intersect. We have like 70,000 people that go past Mobile every day.
Yes.
I envision by the year 2000 that those people will be stopping in Mobile and coming to see what we have.
That sounds good. Do you have any viewpoint on that, Siobhan?
I think it's a place for the people of Mobile to have a cultural center where they can come down, go to concerts, go to plays in Cathedral Square, see museums, and then be able to shop, have lunch, have dinner, and enjoy themselves. And they can enjoy the aspects of Mobile along with the tourists and have a place where you can get everything.
Well, that probably will come to pass. I hope so. One last question. Do you feel we have adequate police protection downtown? Do both of you feel that?
I really do. And as we've said before, as downtown has grown, the evolution of the policing has, changed. And we've all evolved, and we've all had to make changes. And the police department has been one of our partners too, who have come to the table and who have, come with open arms and said, okay, what is it that we need to do? And we've all made suggestions. We've upped the lighting. We've brought back the foot patrol, and we have bicycle, and we have horseback, and we have special stations for...
And I'm going to have to interrupt you, but that sounds great. Yeah, great. So you do feel that it's going well. Great. Okay, I want to congratulate both of you. You're young entrepreneurs and have earned that title already. Keep up the good work, and thanks for talking with us today.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to take you on a carriage ride. Can you imagine a more romantic way to travel about the port city? Margaret and Eddie VonLochausen are your carriage service in Mobile. Today, Margaret's up there with the horse, driving us around the city. Eddie's sitting here by me. And I want to tell you, this is a wonderful way to get about. And you've been here how many years?
This is going on our 8th year.
And before you came to Mobile, you operated a carriage service?
In Texas, in San Antonio, Houston, and also Austin.
Oh, and what made you come to Mobile?
Well, the city of Mobile invited us with a man's name by Arthur Outlaw.
Yes.
One of our past mayors, and they extended the invitation for us to come, and we've had a ball ever since.
Oh, I think it's great. You know, for many years I worked with a network, NBC to be specific, and they put me at the Plaza Hotel in New York for many years to interview for them, and I always would look out the window and see the carriages and the horses, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if we had it in Mobile?
Well, you do now.
Now we do. Okay, how many carriages do you have and how many horses?
We have 3 horses and 3 carriages operating.
And you tell me that the horses all have a name. What's the name of our horse today?
Our horse today's name is King.
King? Well, you can't do better than that.
Just royalty.
Well, listen, Eddie, now I know a lot with tourists that come into the city, but many, many more events that you grace with this carriage.
We operate on all the major special events that we have downtown and Mardi Gras. We do quite a bit of weddings. A lot of Santa Claus rides, birthday parties.
I hadn't thought about the Santa Claus rides. That's a lot of fun.
It is. Christmas is one of our biggest seasons, and our other biggest season is company picnics.
Oh, really? Well, now, how many people will the carriage hold?
About 6 full-sized adults. Of course, if you're skinny like you and I, we can squeeze in 8.
I'm glad you said that. But listen, now, the other thing I was wondering about is what about your horses? Where do you keep your horses?
We keep them in our backyard, downtown.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, you had to get a dispensation of some kind?
Special permit, that's correct.
Okay, well, they're like pets as well as workable animals.
Quite true. They're very well trained. We've spent quite a bit of time and money in acclimating them to the traffic, to the people, and to Mardi Gras.
That's what I wonder. All horses, of course, are not going to acclimate to traffic, are they?
That's true.
So have you had to maybe substitute?
Well, we've tried out 12 horses and we've selected 3.
That's interesting. Well, they have to have a certain temperament, really, do they not?
Certain temperament, a certain attitude, and a certain intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're like any other animal, I guess. You just have to kind of psych them out and see.
Well, you have to build a great deal of trust with them.
Yeah. Okay, now, how much is a carriage ride? Say a tourist just wants to kind of tour downtown.
We charge $30 a couple, and that's for the tourist ride downtown.
And about how long do they ride?
About 35 minutes.
Really? That's
which is
nice.
cheaper than most places in the United States.
Yes, I think that's very, very true. I really do. Well, when you first came here, you were certainly a pioneer, and I know what that feels like because I did that for television. And did you get discouraged at times and think maybe you'd come to the wrong place?
Well, the thought passed my mind every once in a while. But every time I looked up, the city was redeveloping and building and fixing up. This downtown redevelopment has been such a big boost to the city.
Oh, isn't it great?
It's able to keep our spirits up and keep us happy and positive and energetic about the city of Mobile.
And it's such a great feeling to think that it's coming to life once again. And the 50s, of course, is when it began to go down.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Everybody moved out of downtown.
Yes, indeed.
But that was nationwide.
Yes, it was. I was in Miami about 15 years ago, and in the downtown was just beginning to do this. It was just gone, you know, because of the suburban thing.
Well, I'd like to extend an invitation to everybody in Mobile to come downtown and rediscover and re-explore your downtown. It's really an exciting time, and it's a happy place to come downtown and see where your tax dollars and your money have really gone to get reinvested. And not only for yourself, but for your children.
And that's a very positive way to end this interview, Eddie. It really is. I agree with you 100%. Okay, thank you very much. And when we come back, we'll be talking with Elizabeth Sanders, Director of Main Street. But now this. We're back, and with me now, still riding up and down Dauphin Street, is Elizabeth Sanders, who is Director of Main Street. Elizabeth, it's a pleasure to talk to you. It's been about a year and a half since we conversed about all of this going on downtown.
That's been a while.
First of all, maybe you better talk a little bit to me about the purpose of Main Street and the focus.
Sure. Main Street is, in Mobile, a program to revitalize Dauphin Street and the surrounding downtown through a process that involves all the parties, shall we say, that tries to involve the property owners and the business owners and the professionals downtown and the city. And it's actually a national program that we're following the guidelines of, and it's a program that was developed by the National Trust for Historic Preservation, and it's a program that really emphasizes the importance of your architectural heritage and the historical background of your downtown. And so it's certainly appropriate in Mobile, where we have such a wealthy history and such a great stock of buildings in our downtown.
Oh, we really do, and it's such a thrill to see it all happening, because when we encountered each other at first, things were very embryonic. But now, what do you think about it?
Well, I think we're at a great, I'd say a midpoint, you know, maybe the 40% point. We're really, I'd say, beyond my expectations when I moved here six years ago, and 6+ years ago, and really thought about how we would, you know, where we would be in the 5- and 10-year increments. And I think it's just remarkable how far the community's come with this.
It really is, and we were talking before camera about both aspects right now. Some of it looks like the 50s when downtown went down.
Right.
And the rest of it looks like today when it's all
Sure.
been redone.
Some of them.
One of your larger projects is Cathedral Square, and it's come a long way.
It certainly has. We have been 4 years in the design and fundraising process with Cathedral Square, and as you can see, if you ride downtown, it's nearly finished. In fact, it's just about finished.
Yeah, it really is. And it has Greek columns, and it's just come. They're sodding it now and everything. It's going to be a great entertainment center.
Well, we hope so. It's I know for the whole month of November, there's an event every weekend, all lined up, and which is just what the point of the thing is to have a place downtown to where people can have events and also enjoy it and read a book on a quiet day.
And the great part is that since the demolition of the Motor Hotel across from the Admiral Stubbs, we're going to have a huge open-air parking lot.
Sure, so that'll be...
Tell me, actually, what you foresee. When do you foresee this coming really to pass, that everything's practically done? Do you have a goal for that?
I'd say within 10 years you'll see a great downtown. Not that it's not great now, but you'll see, we'll probably be at, say, the 75% point instead of what I would refer to today as the 40 or 45% point. But at the same time, downtown is it's a living ecosystem. It's always in a state of flux, and things go up and things come down, and buildings have to be constantly maintained. It's not a one-shot kind of thing. So I think we'll always be working to keep this ecosystem functioning and healthy.
Well, now, what about a sense of balance down here? We have many eateries, many bars. Do we need some more retail stores?
Well, I think we do. And as a person who studies urban systems, we certainly, the first thing to kind of come back to a downtown are bars and restaurants. And I'd say the next wave over the next 5 years will certainly be retail.
We're being accompanied now
Isn't that wonderful?
by a horn. Elizabeth, thank you for the interview so much. And when we return, we will take you to the peanut shop and see what that's all about, including the music you just heard. Stay with us. We'll be back. Well, if you like peanuts, you're going to love this segment of the show. We're sitting here on Dolphin Street in front of the peanut shop with the owner and operator, Deborah Gibson. And Deborah, I'm very happy to see you. Listen, tell me something, a little history of this shop. I know it's been here a good while. How did it start, and when did it start?
Okay. The peanut shop first came to Mobile as Planter's Peanut Shop about 51 years ago. Started at the corner of Dolphin and St. Emmanuel. Stayed there for about 2 years. My father came in as manager, and this spot located at 209 Dolphin Street opened up, and he convinced Planters that this would be the better location. So they moved here about 49 years ago. And in the 60s, Planters decided to close all their stores except for the one in Atlantic City on the boardwalk. And so my father, being manager, he bought the store, and it's continued operating as A&M Peanut Shop, which stood for Alfred and Mary. That was his name.
Is that what it is? A&M is Alfred and Mary.
Yeah, it was my mom and dad's name. And it's continued operating through the years. And
well, I think it's remarkable that the shop has been in the same location and that you've been with it most of your life.
Yes, ma'am, I grew up in here.
Yes, indeed. Well, would you say that Mobilians have a special nut that they like above other nuts?
I think in general, probably the peanuts and the shell are the
Really?
most popular, and then cashews and pecans would be second and third, probably.
Well, you have quite a bit of foot traffic down here, And but since all of this redevelopment has started, have you seen a great deal more customers than before it started?
Business has improved, but thank goodness business has been good through all the years. You know, but it has improved some with all the new revitalization.
Well, you know, I think I'd like to say everybody loves nuts, but that isn't true. What I think most people do, you sell as many assorted nuts as you do the shell nuts, the peanuts. Well, what about gifts? Do you sell gift boxes? Well, this is a gift box, I guess, is it not?
We do gift boxes any time of year. Our peak season in the gift box time would be Christmas, definitely, and then Valentine probably second. A lot of people get peanuts for Valentine gifts.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the location that you're in now is so convenient for people, but you were speaking of times before all of this when parking was easy and you could just sort of draw up to the front of the peanut shop, hop out of the car and grab peanuts and go on.
When they consider downtown at its worst, which we never consider downtown at its worst, but parking was easy. People could come from West Mobile. We have people come from Pensacola and Louisiana even.
Really?
And they could pull up then and just hop out. Parking wasn't a problem. Well, we've probably lost a few of those with the parking situation now, but we've gained, so it's all worked out nicely.
Yeah. And you were mentioning to me before camera about how many people buy them before football games in bags of peanuts in the shell.
Yes, ma'am. Starting in September, this is one of our better seasons because football's going on, and now we have hockey, so they're buying them and taking to the hockey games.
Yeah. Well, I guess people in offices in the downtown area, they get a little bit hungry, they just pop over and get a bag of peanuts.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Peanuts or candy, either way.
Yeah. And I understand that you have music in front of this shop sometime. Tell me about that.
Yes, Mr. Tyler. Pretty much you can catch him every day around lunchtime down here playing. He showed up a couple of months ago. He was walking down the street playing the horn, and we asked him to stop and pull up a stool, and you know, he's been here every day since.
So people can expect to see and hear him almost every day then out in front of the
during
shop.
lunchtime.
Well, that's like a New Orleans sort of a picture, is it not? Did he play there at one time?
He says he's played in different cities across the country. I'm not real sure which ones.
Well, Deborah, it's been a pleasure talking to you,
Thank you, Doc.
and
It's been
I
nice
hope
talking to
everything
you.
keeps going as well as I know it will. And you said you can't wait till Christmas in downtown Mobile. That's Deborah Gibson at the Peanut Shop. And that's our show. And we'd like to thank everybody involved and thank most of all you for joining us. Until we see you next week, stay happy.